unit manager planner. Okay, remember, when I'm teaching DONs, I'm teaching you that your unit managers are the DONs of their unit. Okay, that's how you grow them and develop them, especially if they want to become DONs. Okay, if they can manage a unit, then they can manage a facility. If they don't know how to manage a unit, then they're going to have a difficult time managing a facility. So the unit manager planner, okay, is set up for them to manage their unit. Some of the things that we talk about in the unit manager planner, okay, I talk about rounding, checking your pantries, your refrigerators, medication carts, medication rooms, shower rooms, keeping track of like your weekly weights, your incidents and accidents, things that they are going to be utilizing to have them have a successful survey. Okay, so especially if you have multiple units in your facility, whoever is managing that unit is responsible. Okay, so you are the overseer as a director of nursing. All right, so you need to grow your team so that they can be unit managers of their unit. Okay, so this is what that unit manager planner provides for them. And remember, consistency in anything that we do is key. You need to be able to have them have a systemic approach to what it is that they're doing. And they need to be doing the same thing every day. Every day. That's how you become consistent in producing positive outcomes, because you want to create habits for them. And this is what the planner does. As a DON, this DON follow-through workbook. Okay, I love this workbook. It's simple, but it's, again, taking it back to consistency. And as a DON, you are only as strong as a team you have. Okay, so if you're a new DON and you just really don't know what to do, like, for example, prioritization. How do you know what you need to focus on first? All right, so for example, on Mondays, what are your top 3 priorities that you need to do on a Monday morning as a DON? You have to be able to have a list, start blocking them off in terms of urgency, what has to be done first. And safety is always going to be on the top of that list, okay? Anything that has to do with safety, that's going to be in your urgency box, all right? So I'm teaching you how to prioritize what you have to do as a director of nursing firsthand, and then second, and then third. Okay, and then go about your delegation. All right, if you don't know about delegation, then this is going to help you. All right, what is it that you have to do as a DON? What is a unit manager going to be doing? Or your ADON? But as the DON, you have to make sure it's complete. So you can delegate it, but remember, 5 rights of delegation. And then remember, you also need to make sure that whatever you delegate, that you get back to ensure that it's complete. Tuesdays are made for teaching. Who are you going to teach on your team? What are you going to teach them? But more importantly, why did you choose that person to teach them? Okay, so you might be working on a certain project, or you just might have a hard time just having the same thing happen on one specific unit. Okay, you identify a staff member that's, this person is really good at that. Let me see if I can teach her how to do this. And then you're teaching that person, but always know why you're teaching them. Find a why behind it, and again, take it back to the 5 rights of delegation and making sure it's in their scope of practice. Wednesdays are made for winning, all right? Let's celebrate the wins, all right? Being in our job, it's not just about the negatives. Let's celebrate the positives. Everybody showed up for work today, okay? And you know what? Let's take that back. Everybody showed up for a shift, all right? Baby steps, all right? Start identifying and appreciating the small things that happen, all right? No falls in 24 hours or no falls in a shift. Those are winning, all right? So when you have those, announce them on your loudspeaker. Hey, guys, today we did amazing. We had no falls today, or everybody showed up for work today. Show that, acknowledge that. What we do is an amazing, and we have such an impact when it comes to us as DONs. Thursdays are made for thinking. This is what you're going to be start doing to say, okay, what areas have you identified that you can work on? All right, and it's not taking everything and doing it at one time, because if you know me, I like the phrase, how to eat an elephant. Okay, in the DON planner, we talk about that piece by piece. So you want to strategically think about what it is as a DON that you want to focus on. What do you need to improve? Okay, so you can kind of use this as a project, get everybody involved to start thinking about what it is that you need to be working on to move forward in your facility. Fridays are made for fun. It is the mother freaking weekend. Okay, so you want to make sure everything is done. All right, you want to make sure you have a list for your staff on who's on call. You want to make sure you have a list of things that they need to be calling you about. You want to make sure that schedule is top notch, because you don't want to come in there. All right, you don't want to have to come in. So you want to be meeting with that scheduler every day. But Friday is the deal is closed. All right, you need to know what that weekend looks like. Okay, so then when we're going into the weekend, we have the RN supervisor notebook. Okay, this here is for your supervisors. All right, so especially if you have agency supervisors that might not know a lot about what they need to be doing. This is just a simple guide on things that they can do, okay, such as priorities, incidents and accidents, changing conditions, if they're getting admissions or discharges, their hospital transfers, and anything that they need to follow up on. But also, did they get report from each nurse? Did they check to make sure the CNA documentation is complete? Did they complete rounding? Check the code card or WanderGuard systems. This is for the supervisors, okay? And this is how you can get them into documenting and knowing what they need to be following up on, all right? And then, of course, we have the DON Strong Notebook for our DONs. When you don't want to utilize your planner, it's similar to the RN Supervisor Workbook. This is what you're going to be utilizing every day, and to focus a lot on your daily staff meeting. Okay, and this is because we're so staff challenged, you need to be aware of any open positions that are during those shifts. All right, so these are the products that just came out. And we also have a nurse report sheet. Okay, so the charge nurse now has a nice report sheet that talks about if somebody has falls, if they have IVs, if they're on antibiotics, because documentation is key. If you started a new antibiotic, what is that looking like? Okay, are they documenting if the antibiotic is effective? It's not just, resident on antibiotic for UTI, afebrile 97. No, what does that look like? Okay, have they noticed any decrease in confusion? Are they going to the bathroom less frequency? Do they have any dysuria? So this is just giving them things that they need to document on, okay, to make sure that we're getting good outcomes.